I made $13,342 in my first month as a full-time travel creator, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. As of January 1st, 2025, I have officially stopped all emphasis on my video production company and went full-time into content creation. When I first started making content, I was making super cringy gym content that nowadays I can't even sit through watching because of how cringe it is. But during that period, which was like the first 6 to 8 months of making content, people literally laughed at me at my face. They called me corny, they made jokes, and they tried to make me feel stupid. But you know what? That only fueled me even more because here's the thing. I never wanted to be like everybody else. Being normal is statistically mediocre. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be understood. And I love that nobody gets it because that's how I know I'm going to be different. If you're watching this, you probably feel the same way. You want to create content, make money, and live life on your own terms. But maybe you're worried about what people will think, or maybe you feel stuck because you don't have a huge following. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down. Number one, how I made money as a small creator, why financial freedom starts with letting go of your ego, and the exact steps that I took to build my brand and get paid. Number one, you don't need a huge following to make money. A lot of people think that you need millions of followers to make serious money, but that's just not true. For context, I have 35,000 followers on Instagram, 20,000 on TikTok, and a few thousand here on YouTube. That's not major status by any means. And furthermore, you don't have to have it all figured out to start creating content. So many people delay their start because they don't know which path they want to take, but that is the biggest hindrance to growth. I started without any clear plan. I just posted consistently and figured it out as I went. Too many people waste months and months trying to plan the perfect content strategy when they should just be filming. I had the same exact issue with YouTube. I was creating short form content for literally 2 years before I started YouTube. My excuse is that I didn't know what kind of videos to make. I wanted to figure it out my plan first, whatever. But that is the lamest excuse in the world. Start now and figure it out as you go. I'm not a massive influencer by any means, but I built a personal brand. Right now I don't sell courses, I don't have a paid community, and I've barely monetized my audience, but I still made $13,342 in a single month just by leveraging my skills and my personal brand. You have to figure out what value you can provide companies. Why should brands even give you money? In my case, most of the time it's not for my audience. My following isn't that big, so there's not value there for the company. Most of the time, the value I can provide is extremely high quality content for brands to use because of my background in filmmaking. I know how to make content and they can see that. So figure out what you can provide and utilize your personal brand to land deals. I'll talk about this more later in the video. The real question is, what matters more to you? What people think about you, or living the life that you've always wanted? The only thing holding you back is the fear of you looking stupid and people thinking less of you. Newsflash, nobody cares about you. I don't say that as an insult, but as motivation. It's selfish to assume that people are constantly worried about what you're doing right and wrong. Just start creating content for your future self and you'll never regret it. Which leads me to my next point. Financial freedom begins with letting go of your ego. If I cared what people thought about me, I would still be completely unsuccessful. My business has been making more than 5 figures a month for over a year now, and my wife and I still live with my parents at home. I didn't care what people thought about me. I don't need people to think I'm rich or wonder if I'm too broke to afford a home. And to be honest, I hate this video already because I hate talking about money in general, but not having to stress about rent, especially early on, gave me the freedom to go all in on my personal brand. Most people are too proud to take a step back. Everyone wants to look successful before they actually are, but real success means sacrificing comfort now to win later. Think about all the richest and most successful people in the world. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett. You would have no idea that these guys have hundreds of billions of dollars, but that's the point. Money buys freedom, not status. Because I didn't waste my money on rent, I could invest in traveling the world, which built my personal brand since I'm a travel creator, and it also helped me have the time to breathe and just make better content. That's what allowed me to scale everything so quickly. If you're scared of judgment, you've already lost. The people laughing at you today will ask for your advice later. Every creator I know has had to push past this phase. You either fold under the pressure or you can use it as fuel. Mr. Beast once said that you're crazy until you're successful, and then everyone asks you how you did it. At the end of the day, your ego is the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom. Now here are the exact steps I took to make money. Number one, I spent my money on travel to build my portfolio. At the time, we were in our second year of full-time video production, and I decided to set aside money every single month dedicated to traveling. My wife and I started traveling full-time, and for the first 4 or 5 trips, this was completely out-of-pocket money. We didn't have brands paying us, nothing. This was all out of our pocket. This helped me build a travel portfolio and also a subconscious brand rapport, meaning it made brands think that we were already doing this full-time even though we had just started out. And then from there, I took products from my favorite companies on my trips, filmed content for them, and sent it to them for free. That built relationships with brands and also gave me some portfolio to use with other brands, which later turned into paid contracts. I've been able to close some deals with some of my favorite companies in the world and even get to work monthly with some of them. Number 2, I focused on doing cool stuff. Alex Hormozi talks about doing the cool stuff first and talking about it later. If you don't have anything cool to talk about, focus on doing the cool stuff now. Too many people sit around trying to network instead of actually doing something interesting. If you create content around cool experiences, brands will want to work with you naturally. It's literally human instinct. And number 3, I scaled my commercial film production company to 15K plus per month, but I walked away. I could have stayed in commercial work, I was making really good money, but it just wasn't my dream. So I took a lot of the profits from what we were doing and I reinvested it into my travel, my personal brand, my content creation, gear, education, all of that. And that's what's setting me up for long-term success. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. You don't need a massive following to make money. You do need to let go of your ego and focus on building a brand, not just making content. And the people who are laughing at you now won't be laughing when you're winning. I have a goal to make $200,000 this year, and that's not unrealistic at all. And if you're willing to let go of fear, judgment, and ego, there's no reason you can't start to do the same thing. Here's my challenge to you that I learned from Iman Gadzhi. Go make one video every single day for the next 10 days. You don't have to post them, but learn to get comfortable creating content, getting in front of the camera, talking. Create the habit and just start. Nobody has to see it, but you have to start. Get out of your comfort zone and start building your financially free future today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're gonna take the challenge and start building your brand, drop a comment and subscribe so we can take this journey together.